Hello and hello. Thank you so much for joining me today. How you doing? This was actually sent in to me by none other than my brother. My brother suggested, he said, hey, did you see this post kind of going viral on the Twitter? I said, no. I'm German. It's by Ole Lehman. Check him out. I'll link him down below, his Twitter. I'm German. I just revisited my home country after moving abroad 2 years ago. What I experienced left me stunned. 17, wow. German oddities I still can't wrap my head around. And there he is. I'm still trying to figure out this photo. I've just been looking at this photo for a couple minutes. Like, what is he trying to do? I mean, it looks like one of those photos like the Leaning Tower of Pisa, where you're holding it up. But he's trying to pinch something. But what's he? Am I stupid? What's he got? What's he doing? I don't know. That's not really important. It's got 3.5 million views, which I do understand a view is different on Twitter. It's really an impression, but still, that's a lot. All right, let's do it. Okay, what do we got? Okay, we've actually got like videos within the post. Oh, wow, this is crazy. The lack of AC in Germany is brutal. During a heat wave, I was stuck on the 4th floor with 0 AC. Damn, and heat does rise, folks. I'm sure you Germans know that better than anyone. Heat rises. So it's got to get hot up there. Surely, you know, I'm going to have to look this up. Like, does a high rise, like a skyscraper, they must have AC at the top, right? Then again, if you get too high up in the atmosphere, it actually starts getting colder. Let me see. No, most skyscrapers in Germany do not have AC. Damn. So you actually might not want the penthouse in a German skyscraper, huh? I mean, I actually don't know the physics of all that, you know. Maybe it's not that hot up there. I don't know. Anyway, he was on the 4th floor with 0 AC. I got terrible sleep, proven by my Oura ring. Is that sponsored or something? What is an Oura ring? Whatever. Germans just seem to accept the sweaty nights and shitty sleep. Uh-oh, we've got an American flag here. Oh, America won! German 0! Let's go! I mean, I'm rooting for both sides here, guys. But so far, America's ahead, according to this guy. Let's see what we got here. I agree with the Americans.
Something that I will never understand as an American that lives in...
Way too quiet. Come on.
Europe is why you all choose to be hot. So I moved here. I opened an apartment. I rent this place. No air conditioning. So you know what I did? I bought one. And before you say they don't work on the windows, I installed it on the stupid window. Look, that's Germany. I looked it up and only 13% of German households have air conditioning, and I am proudly one of them. And then everyone tells me, but they're so expensive. That air conditioner was €200. I have 2 of them. I have one in my bedroom because I refuse to be hot when I sleep either. And then they're like, well, the energy is expensive. Yes, the energy is expensive. But you know what I do? I make money so that I don't have to be uncomfortable. As a red-blooded American, I refuse to just suffer when I can pay for...
You know, I would be curious what she's got there. Oh, she's got it going out the window. I know she said that, but I didn't really notice the tube going out the window. Okay, that makes more sense. Because I was going to say, sometimes I've seen for sale, like, air conditioners that just are interior, but they don't work. But okay, if it's going out the window, that makes sense.
I make money so that I don't have to be uncomfortable. As a red-blooded American, I refuse to just suffer when I can pay for a solution. I see everyone out there getting their little €8 Aperol spritzes every day. You know what you could do instead? Just put that money in the bank and use it to pay for your air conditioning. Don't laugh at me.
But, I mean, you got to have priorities. Maybe the eyebrows are the priority.
But now they're all suffering, and here I am, happy.
American dream, best country in the world.
Wow. I mean, I have witnessed firsthand on doing like last week in Germany and stuff, you know, on the German subreddits. When there's a heat wave, it affects the entire country, and you guys, it's all you guys could talk about. So I think you guys would love some AC. All right, next. Germans are noticeably reserved in public. We keep to ourselves. It's rare to see strangers strike up conversations, even in bustling cities. There's an air of solitude. I felt oddly isolated with less small talk and fewer chance encounters. I could see this being good or bad, both depending on what type of person you are and what type of mood you're in. Mostly what type of mood you're in, you know? But every now and again, a little small talk can be fun. Maybe, I mean, if you want small talk in Germany, you're just going to have to be the one to do it. And maybe some people will be like, look at you like that, but hey, just move on to the next one. Psychedelics are having a moment in my homeland. Oh, really? I was shocked by the number of underground retreats available. I don't even know what that is. Like a retreat to take ayahuasca? From mushrooms to ayahuasca ceremonies, there's a booming psychedelic scene. I never expected to see therapy sessions using these substances gaining popularity. Fascinating. I haven't really put much thought into that. I don't live in California, so nobody I know has ever done that. That's interesting that that's a thing over there in Germany. I mean, to me, it's like, whatever. If that helps you, then that's cool. The organic food scene blew my mind. I've been gorging myself on fresh berries daily. The selection at supermarkets like Lidl is incredible. And it's so cheap. Yeah, stuff like fresh berries over here in America ain't cheap. High quality organic produce is everywhere, and it's actually affordable. Imagine that. I don't remember it being this good. I don't know what this Lidl is. Isn't that a chocolate company? No, I'm thinking of Lindell. This looks too much like Aldi's. It looks like Aldi, but without the A. Alcohol is everywhere. Our drinking culture is intense. People drink all day, every day, and it's totally normal. Is that what they say? Oh, it's totally normal. Yeah. I'm on my second 12th pack of the day. It's totally normal. It's before noon. It's a Monday. It's totally normal. I'm not an alcoholic. Beer flows like water, and it's not just accepted, it's expected. It actually is quite fascinating. I'm just being stupid talking about, alcoholism. If you can do it responsibly, then I'm all for it. Kind of like the psychedelics. It's just not in the American culture to have a beer, for instance, during lunch. I've heard that back in the day, maybe like the 80s, the 70s, when dudes would go on lunch. What is going on? We're installing an operating system recovery. Please don't, computer. Just let me be. Anyway, I heard that, 50 years ago, dudes used to actually go on lunch and like drink a beer here in America. That's no longer in the culture. That would be considered irresponsible. You're considered weird if you don't drink like me. What's impressive is how much thinner you guys are despite all the beer. Because beer can really, it seems to go straight to your gut. It seems that way. Our bread culture is next level. This is probably what I'm most jealous of. Out of everything to do with Germany. The bread. My God, I love bread. And just look at that. Look at that. Yes. It's all about fresh sourdough. Ah, yes. From local bakeries. I haven't had sourdough in years, and I don't think it's ever been fresh. The quality is insane, and whole grain options are packed with nutrients. That's right. I learned that you guys eat double the whole grains as like any other European country, pretty much. I'd almost forgotten how good our bread is. The one thing I really missed while living abroad. See, that's the number one thing. It's the bread. It can be as simple as something as bread. And I understand, man, let alone the pretzels. Our techno and house music is unrivaled. I believe it. I don't know what it is. It's kind of surprising, to be honest. You think of the average German kind of demeanor. Quite composed. Techno is like, it's maybe that makes sense. When you guys party, you really let it loose. You go for the craziest shit you can get your hands on, your ears on. And it's the techno in the house remix stuff. Because I've seen that. I've seen videos like, in Berlin, the nightclubs, people coming out. It's music blaring. It looks like fun. Events like Fusion Festival are mind-blowing. What's crazy is how they maintain an underground feel despite being huge. It doesn't feel commercial, keeping things authentic. So you can tell this guy goes to a lot of festivals and stuff, and I don't. I'm just like, underground, feel authentic, what? I don't know. Makes sense since techno originated in Germany. Who knew that? That is a fun fact. Invented the bicycle and the car and techno. Damn, Germany. I was going to say something about Base Hunter, but he's not German, is he? Yeah, he's Swedish. Cash is annoyingly still king. I think that's cool. In my opinion, I think that's pretty cool. I mean, for nothing really other than the privacy aspect of it. I value that aspect of cash. You know what I mean? I just think it's cool. I value privacy in general. In fact, that's one of the values that I hold, that I have most in common with German people, I feel like. You guys love your privacy, and I think that's pretty badass. In a world where your privacy is trampled on at a staggering rate, at an accelerating rate. Anyway. Cash is annoyingly still king. I was stunned by how many shops and restaurants are cash only. That is pretty wild. I won't lie. That's pretty crazy. You would think they would at least offer a credit card even if they tack on a fee. Although that's against a lot of service agreements. So maybe that's why. My theory, it's easier for us to fudge the books and dodge taxes this way. No. That's definitely a thing over here in the States. When people accept only cash, you know, it's like, okay, I know why you're doing that. I had to leave several places because they didn't accept card, which was super frustrating. 500 euro bill? What happened? What happened? Where'd my $500 go? Is that really $500? Or is that five? Oh, we've finished installing OS recovery. I don't care. I didn't ask you to. Don't ever tell me about it again. Boom. Is there really a 500 euro bill? That's amazing. Oh my God. That's awesome. That's a real baller move to carry that around. We just have a $100 bill over here in America. And I mean, most places won't even take a $100 bill because it, you know, of counterfeit concerns. Although they do have, you know, they have machines and stuff and pens that help you identify counterfeit, but still. And I understand European money is more difficult to counterfeit because it's made of polymers and shit. You know, fancy stuff. There's a strong anti-entrepreneurship vibe in my country. Oh. Risk-taking and startup culture are often frowned upon here. Wow. It's like we think growing a business automatically means exploiting workers. This is confusing to me. I mean, obviously, you're a mixed economy. You have a lot of capitalists. You're mostly a capitalist country, obviously. You know, it's a mixed economy. But there's mostly a free market, you know, obviously. So I'm just thinking through this. The whole economy is structured as businesses and employers. So how are you going to be against businesses and starting a business? Everybody needs to make money, right? By either being an employee or owning a business. So how, like, the saying, America innovates, China imitates, Europe regulates. I've never heard that, but okay. Interesting. Feels spot on. Wow. Wow. I bet there's definitely some people watching this video here who that comment probably irks them. This whole one, I can imagine. That's kind of confusing. Like, I'm a little bit confused by this notion that, you know, growing a business means exploiting workers. We all know that the workers who are the most exploited are typically the ones that are, like, working for giant corporations. I mean, unless they're in a union. But that's when those are the people that really get screwed over for the most part. I mean, small businesses, I feel like treat their workers better because they have more of a relationship with them. Moving on. Customer service in Germany can be shockingly bad. I often felt like I was inconveniencing workers just by being a customer. Rude service is totally acceptable here. Even expats working service jobs have adopted this attitude. It's like they've assimilated into being grumpy. That's really fascinating. You know, there's a phrase over here in America, the customer is always right. And people actually don't say that as much anymore. That's kind of dying out a little bit, that notion. But I do feel like that's the foundation of the customer service here in America, is it's the customer's always right. And for the most part, it still is kind of abided by. It means basically you can get away with a lot as the customer. You can basically complain. You can expect good service, and if you don't get it, you can complain, and you will maybe be compensated in some way for the bad service. Basically is what that means. Or like, say you get the wrong food, or the food's a little bit not what you wanted. You can tell them, I want a different meal. You know, this burger is undercooked. I don't want it anymore. I want the spaghetti, and I expect the burger to be free. And they'll usually be like, okay, like, sorry, the burger was undercooked. We'll get you the spaghetti. You know? Is it the case in Europe? I don't know. Now, how often has someone like me actually ever done that? Maybe like once or twice, ever. But there are people who do it all the time. I mean, we've all gotten the wrong order at a restaurant, right? I've never done it in like a exploiting way, but there are people who exploit that aspect of American customer service. Our internet feels ancient. I kept seeing E instead of LTE or 5G on my phone. Well, you would think that there would be a market for, you know, is there like a monopoly or something? Is there a problem with cell service in Germany for that reason? Is it overregulated? Like, I'm just wondering why more companies wouldn't fix that naturally. You know, they want customers, right? So why aren't they expanding their 5G network? Making calls was a nightmare due to poor reception. Or is it just not as a sought after thing in Germany? There's not as much demand. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, obviously, staring at your phone all day is not really a good thing. So, yeah. I have noticed these have started to turn negative. There's a strong sense of social solidarity among us Germans. It's almost socialist how much we care about our environmental impact and helping the less fortunate. This collective mindset is deeply ingrained in our culture. It's something I've come to appreciate more. Wow. Yeah, that's really fascinating. I mean, it's really interesting. It's definitely a different mindset to what a lot of people have over here in America. You know, it's actually really quite interesting. It's quite fascinating. You know, America is all about like individual responsibility, individual freedom. It's all about you. That's fascinating. I mean, people do donate to charity a lot here in America. But as far as like, I don't know. Yeah. As far as something, especially like the environmental, you know, because that is really a mindset of, hey, we need to help. I want to do my part to help the entire world and everybody on Earth. And over here in America, I think people are just too much in their bubble, their individual bubble, to think on that big of a scale. Most people. Homelessness in my old home, Berlin, is shockingly visible. Well, it's sadly, that's no different than here in America. The increase in rough sleepers and open drug use is hard to miss, and it's not confined to certain areas. It's everywhere. Seeing people begging in our U-Bahn was a regular occurrence. Sucks all around. Yeah, that sucks. That's a very difficult problem, isn't it? That's very difficult. And America's, I'm sure, it's much worse here in America. My God, it's a huge problem in the big cities. Anti-big tech sentiment is intense in Germany. I don't blame that. Big tech, you know, kind of goes hand in hand with the privacy thing. You shouldn't trust big tech. The hatred for Tesla's new Berlin factory is very tangible. I mean, I don't know what exactly the reason. I don't think of Tesla as being big tech. I know they are, sort of. In a way. In a way they are. It's whatever. Tesla, you know. Tesla wants to be big tech, but so far they haven't really released very many consumer products that are... They have, you know, full self-driving FSD, which is still... Anyway, whatever. Why does Germany seem to hate Tesla? That's an interesting question to me. I mean, there are plenty of reasons why I can imagine someone would hate Tesla. But why specifically Germans? And it's also interesting because there is a gigafactory in Berlin, you know? Why would Tesla choose Germany? Well, I guess the answer to that is because you Germans are experts in automotive manufacturing. So that's why they chose Berlin for a gigafactory. I mean, does it have something to do with the fact that Elon Musk is extremely tight with Donald Trump and you guys hate Donald Trump for the most part? Is that not like a big factor of it? Is that why you guys don't like Tesla? Maybe it's because Tesla's like anti-union. Maybe the workers' rights aren't very good. For some reason, Germans see the very concept of billionaires as inherently evil. Okay, got it. There's universal disdain for figures like Trump, Bezos, and Musk. Trump, Bezos, and Musk. Well, I don't think of Trump as being like a billionaire. You know, like obviously we all know Trump more so now for his politics, not for his money. Bezos is a standard billionaire, and Musk is now somewhere in between these two. You know what I mean? Yeah, I feel like Bezos is kind of an odd man out here. Our gym culture is surprisingly elite. That's awesome. Even budget-friendly chains offer saunas and top-notch equipment. That's really cool. If you're into fitness and longevity, it's paradise. Like over here in America, we have Planet Fitness, which is the standard chain gym. It's only $10 a month. Although they have some kind of annual fee, like $40, $50 or something annually. Kind of a scam. Anyway, it's fine, you know, it's okay. I don't know, it's pretty bad to be honest. The thing about it is they don't have very much like good free weights. Like it's all kind of like meant for beginners, I guess, which is fine, but you know. And also you're not supposed to like be loud. It's weird. It's weird. Hey, maybe you guys some German people would like that because you guys don't like loudness much. But I don't know. You're not supposed to like grunt. Do Germans grunt when they're working out? I guess that's what I want to know. Our gyms feel luxurious compared to what I've experienced abroad, and they're actually affordable. That's awesome. Man, that sounds awesome. Germany is surprisingly affordable. Surprisingly affordable. Okay, I didn't expect to read this one. Despite high taxes, the cost of living feels reasonable. Food, fitness, and everyday expenses won't break the bank. We get high standards of living for prices similar to much less developed countries. Well, that's amazing. I mean, that's really an incredible thing if you can balance that. I guess I'm a little surprised because I know housing is a big problem everywhere in the world right now, in all the developed countries, at least in the world right now, housing is extremely expensive. But I guess according to this guy, and I also know inflation was extremely high in Germany there for a while. But at least according to this guy, prices are pretty good, which is really awesome. Oh my God, how long is this thread, guys? I just realized it's been like half an hour. Drugs are insanely accessible in Germany now. I've never seen such easy access to illicit substances. Telegram groups are buzzing with offers and prices are low. Wow, I didn't know about this. This is like the dark web. I've never like gone on Telegram and looked and seen drug prices and stuff. It's like Ross Ulbricht, you know, the Silk Road. Nearby major drug ports like Hamburg and Rotterdam caused this, in my opinion. And the fact that we Germans love to party. Okay, I guess that's it. That was pretty, I mean, that was really interesting. It's always interesting to hear a perspective like that. And this was from a man that was German or is German, and he moved away and came back. Very interesting, very good thread. I mean, I enjoyed it. A little bit controversial, I feel like, which is always good. Spices things up. Interesting. Yeah, that went pretty viral on the Twitters. X. I'm not calling it that. Thank you for watching, guys. And go check out Mr. Ol Lehman, link down below. That was a good thread. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.